No. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Model Citizen Show episode. We on 5 now? Do we make it to 5? The big 5? I think this is the big 5.
It.
Oh. Well, of course, you're all here. Welcome. Join us as we all talk about whatever the fuck's going on in our lives, because this show doesn't really have a true intro. I am, of course, your host, Mario Rivera. Already starting off with cursing. Joining me to my right with his wonderful, luscious beard that I'm actually getting jealous of, because this is all I can grow. My friend, Max Roberts. How you doing?
Hey, Mario. I actually shaved the beard.
You did? You actually maintained that?
I can tell.
Yeah, it's way shorter. There was one day I went to the bathroom and I had the hood up at the office because it's like a cool 70 in there. And all you could see was this like goatee looking thing just coming out. It made me look like a biker. And I went, nope, I can't do this anymore. No. So I trimmed it all down.
Well.
But yes. Hi, I have a beard.
Joining my other fellow facial friend, Logan Moore with the red hoodie. What's going on, man?
Hi. I don't know if I'm really a facial friend or not. I can't really grow much.
Friend of the facial hair?
That's what she said.
I can't grow much past about this that I have right now.
Okay, so we have the same level of facial hair then.
Yeah, I need to keep it trimmed down because if it gets too long, it starts looking very terrible.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. So, because I can't grow any. See how patchy my neck is?
Yeah.
It's very bad.
Very rough.
So,
very rough.
Yes.
Well, someone who has an impeccable set of face chops, whatever you want to call it, I can actually visually see the nose ring this time. That, of course, is Grant Callahan. How you doing, Grant?
Pretty good. Just tired. Woke up from a nap, so trying to figure out what time it is still.
Well, thank you for joining us. You were surrounded by what, generators last time?
Exactly. I had to
now
deal
he's
with
surrounded by
shitty eye work.
coffee.
Is that coffee? I just see straight alcohol behind it. I see
say,
Crown Royal.
Coffee.
Okay. Fan.
So, coffee and alcohol. I usually mix them nowadays. So.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Wow, first thing in the morning.
Yep. Espresso martini. That's how you start every day.
Irish coffee.
Yep. Irish coffee's great.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Very nice. And of course, the man with no beard, Mike Ruiz. How you doing?
Yeah, I have the least hair, I think, out of everyone today. I have no facial hair, and I'm bald. So.
Give it like 5 years and I'll be there. Don't worry.
Mike, I just want to ask, does the carpet match the drapes?
Currently, no.
Okay, got it.
But
it's summer, bro. You got to keep it tight down there.
dude, I wear pants every day, even when it's 90 degrees out. That's just the way I roll, dude.
Exactly.
You know?
So why wouldn't you want to keep it tight down there?
I have a weird, like... This is really weird. This is really weird.
Let's talk about our balls.
Our pubic hair trimming.
This is what the podcast is all about. We're talking about our balls.
I know this to not be true, all right? But every time I shave everything, like I did today. By the way, I didn't shave. I trimmed down there.
Sure.
Today.
Okay.
I trimmed down
For the
there
record.
today.
For the record.
No, I did a full, like when you asked the question, I was like, well, no, I did trim today. But,
Okay.
but the thing that I do every time when I shave my hair, like I do everything. The whole
kit and caboodle.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Okay.
And I weigh myself every time.
Oh, that's actually pro. That's pro move right there.
Like, I want to know every time, like, did I lose weight from shaving my head or shaving my body?
You weigh yourself before and after?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I weigh myself every morning before I do anything. First thing I do every morning is I go pee, and then I weigh myself.
Okay.
Sometimes I do the pre. Sometimes, so hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sometimes I do the pre and post pee. So,
Pre and post pee. Okay.
Because it's hilarious. Sometimes you lose like a pound.
Really? From pissing?
Pee.
I'm
like, what?
That's
like,
incredible.
There's a pound of urine in my body that I just peed out. This doesn't make sense at all.
See, to me, it makes sense to do the straight number 2 and then weighing yourself. That to me makes the most sense. But you're telling me straight water contained in our bodies?
How much do you weigh yourself in general since we've been on this swole journey?
Well, since I've started skating like 2 years ago, I weigh myself every day. I've been
I
doing
don't
that.
do that. I don't do
forever.
that. I do it like
So-
once or twice a week, maybe. Otherwise, it makes me go crazy because I'll be like, I've worked out a ton. Why haven't I not lost any weight? I've gained weight instead.
Look,
And
if
then I
you're
go-
working
I go
out,
nuts.
if you're working out, you should be possibly gaining weight because you're gaining muscle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
It makes
Yeah,
me go crazy because I'm trying to like cut weight sometimes, and I
So-
don't.
yeah, but for me, like I'm not really working out. I'm just skating and working at work, which is fairly physically tasking. So I like to just look, just because I'm like, well, if anything, I'm going to be losing weight. I'm not going to be gaining any muscle, or I guess not anything that I'm trying to get or whatever. So I just weigh myself every day, and it keeps me like, oh, maybe I shouldn't eat, 3 hamburgers today. Maybe I should just do 1. Maybe I shouldn't eat 2 bagels today. Maybe I should just eat 1 bagel today. Who knows?
No.
But if I
Don't
weigh,
get crazy,
if I weigh a
Joe.
little, now when I weigh a little bit less though, then I'm like, maybe I could have 4 beers today and not just 1 beer today. Maybe I could get crazy today. Maybe I could get some Chipotle. Maybe I could. Yeah. Who knows?
My
Get
new
wild.
Maybe I could go to Epic Deli. Who's to say? I don't
My
know.
new thing this past week has been that I'm working out a lot again, but I'm not changing my diet. So I've been eating like tons of garbage, but I'm working out every single day in some capacity, and we'll see
mean,
what happens.
You're working out, so then you could then eat that stuff. So I
Yeah.
mean, it
So,
evens
like,
out at the end of the day.
I'm gonna guess it'll just even out. I need to tighten up the diet, but like last night I went to go see Thor, and I was like, I'm gonna get a bunch of candy at the gas station before I see this film.
Sugar's
I
not
bought some
good.
Reese cups and some Nerds ropes, and yeah, snuck
You-
it all in the theater. Watched a terrible film, which we don't need to talk about, but
I haven't seen it yet, so please don't.
Quick question though, because I don't think we actually brought it up on this podcast. What exactly is this Squall channel, or this whole concept that you guys have been doing for the last several months? Someone explain that.
mentioned it.
I think we've mentioned it before, but essentially there was one day where we were just talking about weight loss or something, and then I think Logan, you mentioned it, where you're like, let's make a channel, so then like, what if we tried like losing weight together, basically, and do like progress pictures and whatever like that.
But we've stopped doing that as
We
much.
kind of have stopped, and it's mostly because for me personally, I would keep on doing it, but like progress is just kind of halted at this point. It's
Sure.
getting to winter season. You gotta put the weight on, so then you stay warm.
Winter,
It's
the
July.
first week of July.
It's getting there. It's getting there. All
winter
right?
season.
It
It's
is
July.
It's look, guys. It's cold. All right. It needs to be 90 every day. All right.
One of those
90.
classic cold July or cold Chicago summers in
Yes.
July.
Yes. It's getting close though. We got like 3 months of like maybe kind of okay weather, and then it's gone. It's gone to shit. Then it's like 60 degrees outside. It's terrible. You hate
Actually,
yourself.
It's good. 60 degrees is nice.
It's very nice, actually.
70 to 80 is the best.
I would kill for 60.
Well, you
Get
would-
out of Florida.
yeah, you're in Florida. That's different. 60 feels like 100 degrees over there because of humidity.
This is why Max needs to move.
It was like 104 or something today with humidity and all the other factors. So
Yeah, you should move.
Is your AC at least fixed? I assume.
oh yeah, it's nice and quiet in here today instead of the fans all running. So it's a
don't
cool
know-
Chris
I
74.
don't know how
in the
either of us
apartment.
recorded podcasts in our 85 to 90 degree rooms a couple weeks back.
I don't know. I don't know how I did it.
Last podcast,
It's
if you listen
absolutely
to
brutal.
the Max episode, and yeah, you can hear my air conditioner probably wailing in the background. So
Me and Max legitimately recorded 2 podcasts. I think it was 2 that were in like 90 degree rooms.
Yeah.
my God,
Day.
I don't know how we did
Sounds
that.
amazing.
And that was at night when we did that. So, yeah, that was really bad.
sounds
But-
awful.
But yeah, we should everybody start posting more on the Soul channel, please, with me.
yeah.
I-
will.
Go ahead.
Maybe not everybody, the people who want to do it. Max,
gonna
start sharing
say-
your nudies in the, in the
Yeah.
channel.
That's what I was
Let
gonna
me
get
say,
to. It's just straight new channel.
I don't remember the last time I weighed myself. I have no idea what I weigh.
What do we all think Max weighs? Let's all take a guess and then have him confirm. Do you own a scale?
I bet he's
Yeah.
I bet he's
165.
I was gonna say he's
166.
That's too high.
No.
That's
no,
way too
no,
high.
yeah, it's not
Hey.
high. I think that's where he's at. I think he's.
I'll
probably-
tell you
Okay.
this: I've
Wait,
never
no,
weighed.
Max,
I've never weighed over
165.
Max is
Um,
so sorry. Max is shorter than or is like my height. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
you're a little bit maybe taller than me, right? How tall
That's
are you?
awfully generous.
He's like
I
5'9".
think I'm the shortest of the group here.
No, you're not.
Hold on. We have a
5.
photo of all of us standing next to each other. Let's see if I can find that.
I think you and I are comparable heights.
We're
I
probably
am
close.
not.
Yeah, you
I
and
am-
I are definitely close.
We are
I
not.
think I am shorter than you.
Yeah, maybe by like.
I've never been over 155, and that's on a day like when I've
Now you ruined it.
eaten 2 burritos and haven't gone to the bathroom in a few
I was
days.
gonna guess 153 is what I was gonna
Ma-
guess.
Mario, Grant, and Logan are all giants. They're like
pretty tall.
6'5" and whatever. It's ridiculous.
I'm just 6 foot.
You guys
you
are
want me-
6'5" to 7 foot and a giant. We
Do
are.
you want me to weigh myself right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah.
I'll say.
I'll say 153 is what I was gonna say before you even mentioned that you've never been over 150.
I'm gonna say 156.
Honestly, Max, I've not seen your full body figure in a while. So if you want to stand up and just do a twirl for us, so that way I can probably get
you
a
take
get an
off your
estimate.
shirt,
You
too,
take off
while
your
you're
shirt.
at it?
You just take off your shirt. There we go. Okay. All right. You know what? I thought he was getting like father weight. You know what? He's still swole. Look at him.
He does need to put on. He does need to put on the dad weight.
Yeah.
This is why you've made a child. It's because Max is hot now.
That's
There's
right.
your twirl.
Thank you. That was actually really nice. Thank you.
When are you gonna put on the dad weight? When do you get the?
It's
dad
when you-
weight
I
50?
ate.
It's when you
I
become
did
a
eat
dad.
a burrito
The baby gets more.
like 2 hours ago. So
Are you
there's
gonna
some
start
burrito
doing your
weight in here.
normal weekly activities once you have a child? Is frisbee gonna be a thing of the past on Saturday mornings? Are you gonna have to wake up on change poopy diapers instead and warm up?
I'll probably take a few weeks off once she's born, but after
After that, the frisbee calls.
after that, yeah, I'll be back at Frisbee. A few hours in the morning will be fine.
So you-
Do I need to go weigh myself?
Go ahead.
And
Go,
every-
go
yeah,
away
go
yourself.
away your,
Go ahead.
away your-
Yes.
I'm gonna.
Let's get this answer live on the podcast. I
Yeah,
said
go ahead.
150.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
Okay,
so
so
go ahead.
Who knows what
okay,
they're gonna say
Logan
about me
says
while I'm gone?
153. I say 156.
149.
149, and then Grant, you said 160.
Yeah, 165.
165.
Yep.
Take all your clothes off. Okay, never mind. All right. Anyways, so I see you guys in that that channel, and then lately I have been actually getting more active. I've been walking to work, which is actually pretty solid. It's like a 13-minute walk back and forth between the bus stop that I need to take, and then I've been eating a lot less. I'm eating a lot of soups, a lot of soft stuff, right? Not a
Go
lot
on
of
a soup diet. I know somebody who went on a soup diet and they lost a bunch of weight. Really
Yeah.
What kind of
quickly.
soups are you eating?
Now, they're not the world's greatest soups. They're like wild rice and like cream soups. But I'll fuck around with a chicken noodle every now and then.
I was gonna say, you gotta. I mean, you gotta like some of the stuff you're eating too.
Yes.
Stay away from the chowders
Yeah.
and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No chowders.
The thing is, I primarily at my work, I eat at Panera Bread, that's where I get my soups. But then they have bread bowls.
Yes, they do. That ruins everything.
Don't eat the bowl.
I used to get from Panera when I was. I don't like Panera, but there was
Sure.
a moment in my life where I ate Panera a lot, and I would get the French onion soup and a
Yes.
sourdough. Oh God
Doesn't that
damn!
mean-
God damn, it's
Dude,
fucking delicious, Mike. It's so good.
How do you not like Panera if you're admitting you used to eat there all the time?
It's just you're like middle school, high school.
Yeah, you're young, you make mistakes.
You can ride a bike. Yeah, you learn as you grow up, and turns out Panera Bread's fucking garbage. So I can make my own bread, and it'd be 10 times better than the Panera bread. So,
I can make my own bread. I don't know if I can make my own bread bowl though. They're pretty cool. The fact that
I mean, it's just the bread. It's just a loaf of. It's literally a loaf of bread.
No, I
It's a
love it.
giant loaf of bread, and you just cut a hole in it.
Max
No,
is
they-
about to come back
Yes.
here and be very disappointed with his weight and realize he needs to go on a diet.
All right,
Where are
Max.
you at?
Where are you at?
Even I'm surprised.
Oh, okay.
Diet plan incoming.
I weigh 143 pounds.
Oh,
damn,
wait, do I win? Do I win? It's like-
I told you guys.
Damn.
I saw this man in person like 6 to 8 weeks ago or something.
Fucking
Yeah,
hey, man.
No way he's 165.
God
I've
damn.
never weighed over 155, but I didn't know I was 10 pounds beneath it.
You gotta bulk up. You gotta start lifting.
Yeah,
We're
there
gonna
you
get you in the Swole channel too, except
Yeah.
we're gonna get you some creatine and some protein powders.
Get you some whey
Creatine.
protein.
Testosterone.
Gonna get you to wake up first thing in the morning and go pump iron.
then eat
No,
7
I'm
eggs
feeling
when you get
okay where
back.
I'm at.
Yeah, gotta eat.
You gotta listen
7
to the Rocky
10 egg white.
soundtrack every day. This is my new Max's monthly music mission. You gotta listen to the Rocky 4 soundtrack every day.
I still need to watch the director's cut of that movie.
I haven't seen that either. I have not.
I
seen
bought
that
it
yet.
when it was $5. I need to
Oh,
watch it.
there is a director's cut of the. Is it the fourth one where he fights
Yeah,
Dragoff?
Came
It
out
just came
a year
out
or
with
two
it.
ago.
That's hilarious. I forgot.
it was
like
this past
extended and
year.
stuff.
God, I don't know why I want to know what the differences are, but
I've heard it's good.
that's interesting.
If you like Rocky 4, that is. which
I love
most
Rocky.
doesn't.
Rocky. Don't get me wrong. Rocky movies are fucking awesome.
People who don't like Rocky are, I don't trust them.
No, I don't trust
Like,
them either.
that's
especially, like,
fascinating.
If you
That's-
want to say like you don't like maybe the ones later on when it gets a little like, you know,
Like Rocky 5.
Yeah, like or I'd say even like 3 onward, it gets like pretty.
No, no.
It
Don't
gets
count
pretty.
in that bunch.
No, I'd say it
Four's
gets like pretty
great.
summer blockbustery. Is what I would
Sure.
say. It
There's
becomes,
a
like,
robot in one of
mainstream
them.
Movie.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, yes. I
Yes.
Don't know. Yes. But like the first one is an Academy Award.
It's incredible. Yeah,
film.
it is.
And then it becomes this whole franchise, and they made a bajillion of them. And if you don't like that, that's fine. But if you write off all the Rocky movies,
It's
something's wrong.
funny.
Something's
You
wrong
know
with
someone
you.
who writes them all off.
Oh no.
You?
No, Abby.
Oh.
A staunch Rocky hater.
I mean, like
Oh.
Rocky 1 is a great movie, and I could see somebody.
She
not
does
liking
not like it.
I
You
could
need
see
to
somebody.
rethink having this woman be the mother of your children.
Is the reason why she doesn't like it is because clearly the the public school system failed Rocky, so you had to become an actual like boxer? Because that's clearly what that movie's
doesn't
about.
Like, she doesn't like sports movies
Oh,
gonna say-
because she
Oh.
thinks they are dumb and
They are.
they always end with the hero like winning. I'm like,
he
first of
literally
all, not
loses.
true.
in
loses
Yeah,
the
he
first movie. He loses.
And also, Rocky 1 is a love story.
He literally
like-
loses, and the
I
only thing
know.
he proves something to is himself, and that's the whole point of the first movie.
Like Max, you just gotta tell her he bullies a woman into going on a date with him, and then that's the movie.
She's seen it. She has seen Rocky 1. I got her to do that. She doesn't like it.
Oh
she
man.
won't watch any of the other ones now.
How about Creed? Would you check out Creed?
Won't
Race.
see it.
Race. No, I'm not gonna go there.
What? Not even for Michael B. Jordan? God damn.
Nope.
God damn.
Damn.
I know. I live a struggle over here.
Oh
What
man.
is it? What are like the top tier? She doesn't like any sports movies.
You're gonna tell
She doesn't
me
like Space Jam?
she's like Space Jam? First of all,
Yeah.
I don't know if she's seen.
Doesn't like Happy Gilmore?
she doesn't like the Mighty
Hasn't
Ducks.
seen Happy Gilmore.
Oh,
She
I've
hasn't
never
seen
seen
Mighty
the Mighty
Ducks.
Oh my God, she would
Never
love the
seen
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks is great.
It's great.
Let
Flying
me-
V, baby.
I feel like there's probably one sports movie she likes
I don't know.
that I
Does she, like,
tricked her into watching. I have to
does she
see
like-
what I own though,
does she like horse movies? Because like
like Seabiscuit
Those are-
or something.
Here's a good one for
that's
you.
sport.
That's a sport. That's true. Here's a good one. A League of Their Own. Fantastic sport movie. Fantastic
that-
sport movie.
A basketball.
That is a
Moneyball's
baseball.
very good.
It's baseball.
Moneyball. Yeah.
Moneyball's very
There's a-
good.
There's two. There's basketball.
Yes.
And then,
You.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
and then
basketball.
there's this great new TV series called The Players. That's a very good
Oh boy.
Oh my
Oh
God.
boy.
Have you been watching that, Grant?
I've watched 2 episodes. I think it's
Okay.
okay.
It
Oh.
hasn't finished airing yet, I don't think. So
Fuck. What is everybody's favorite sports movie? Now that this topic has been brought up, actually.
Rocky 1,
Rocky One's a good one.
Moneyball. If we want to go on the comedic side, the original Major League is excellent.
That's a solid one.
What else?
I like Hoosiers.
Hoosiers is
Hoosiers.
very, very good.
Very good.
Does Caddyshack count?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah,
It has
yeah,
a sport
for
in
sure.
it. Why not? Yeah.
definitely
Love
counts.
sports movies.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Homer's a good one. My favorite is a kid in the King's Court. And that's a
Oh.
boy that loves baseball.
Rudy.
Rudy.
Oh yeah, Rudy's.
That
great.
is the one I think you could trick Abby on because it's about a man trying to get to college.
Yeah, it's not even
No.
like the
What
big,
about
I brought it up.
the
about,
big
like,
success
remember-
part of that movie is just him getting into the college more than it is.
More than anything else.
I mean, I mean, it's a big deal when he gets in the game or whatever. But like the big turning
Yeah.
point of the movie is just him getting accepted into college.
yeah, that's a solid
What
one.
about
I
about
I like
Remember
the
the
Sandlot. The
Oh,
Sandlot's
Sandlot's
great.
So that's good. Remember the Titans is a phenomenal movie that you can watch.
Seen it,
That is one I've never seen.
That is a good
On
one.
my
never seen it.
You'll
either.
be surprised who's actually in it because the amount of people that are actually the kids in the movie is actually pretty crazy. Such as, if you're a fan of Scrubs, Donald Faison, I believe, is in that movie. I think he plays one of the kids. I made that up. I have no
I know
idea.
there are a lot of people in that movie. There's also Save the Cheerleaders, Save the World girls in that. and she's like
Hayden
10,
Panettiere,
isn't
she's
she?
like 10. Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. hmm
Yep, she's in that. I know.
Denzel Washington, Ryan Gosling.
is Bring It On a
Yes.
This movie?
100% yes, it is.
that's a
Include.
good movie.
Wait. Do we count dance movies as sports movies too?
Yes.
I
Now
mean,
we
bring,
can
it,
stop.
bring it on is cheerleading. So and cheerleading is a sport, correct?
Yeah.
No.
I found the sports movie or one of the sports movies that Abby likes. I found it.
Okay, what is it?
Took me a minute. Ben Affleck's The Way Back.
The way back.
Never
Unlike
Oh,
Hoosiers.
Never seen it.
yeah, that's the recent one.
Oh, it's
Hoosiers
got
with Ben Affleck.
Iden Versio from Star Wars Battlefront 2 in it. Doesn't
It does. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in the same movie. Yeah.
What about
That's right.
what about the Replacements?
That was another good one. This is my favorite joke of that movie. Do you remember that joke?
Yes. Yes.
For the audio listeners, I just did a butthole joke. So if you want to watch the video, please watch the video.
Oh, Dodgeball. That's a good
Dodgeball?
movie.
Dodgeball? One of the most seminal ones. God, I'm trying
that?
to
I've
think.
never seen
actually
Dodgeball.
probably the best genre film, maybe.
It
Is
might
it?
be.
Is rollerball considered a?
Sure. Can Marathon Man or be Running Man can be considered a sport movie?
Hell yeah! Running Man is the best sports movie for sure.
That's actually an extremely good movie because the whole fact that Richard Dawson is in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Richard
Yeah.
Dawson.
That's just the best part. Is that he's in this for some reason.
I like Slapshot a lot.
I hear
First one.
a lot of people likes that movie.
Is that the one with what's his name? What's the
Paul
main character?
Newman,
Yes, yeah, I've seen that. It's pretty good.
and then the Hanson brothers. And they're just like beating the shit out of people. It's amazing.
The
Real talk, like,
yeah.
Moneyball legitimately is one of my favorite movies ever, personally. But it's mainly just because I play fantasy baseball, and so I
Mm.
probably bring that movie up or allude to that movie in some way with my friend like
She doesn't like
10 times a week.
She doesn't
so.
like Field of Dreams or something like that. Like
I've never even seen that.
She's not seen Field of Dreams.
Field of
Really?
Dreams is my.
Logan, you've never seen Field of Dreams?
No.
I only know
They
the
just
ending.
did like a whole Field of Dreams thing like last year in
Yeah,
the
I
baseball
know.
season.
I've never understood the allure of that one, like at face value.
It's about
because you haven't
the
seen it.
disgraced Sox team. Is that correct? I think that's what it's about.
Field of Dreams is the one where he builds a baseball stadium in the middle of Ohio.
Yeah.
and then
Corn-
people
The White-
come out of the cornfield.
The
and
White
play.
Sox. The White Sox come out of the cornfield, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, you're talking about last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year we're doing that game again, and the Cubs and the Reds have to play each other. The Cubs and the Reds are the two of the worst teams in all of baseball. So they're gonna hold that game again. It's gonna be like, it's gonna have no meaning or importance whatsoever.
Lord.
It sucks.
I like Cinderella Man.
It's a
and
good one.
$1 Million Baby. If it involves boxing, I pretty much like it.
For
Oh.
some reason, if you Google popular sports movies on Google, one of the top results is the film Predators, starring Adrian Brody.
Technically, wait, are Predator movies sports movies?
He's hunting people for sport, so I guess.
isn't Enter the Dragon a sports movie? They're entering into a tournament.
Yes. Now we've
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
I mean, Karate Kid's a sport movie.
Oh man, yeah. I was gonna say Cobra Kai. Field of Dreams taps into my favorite subgenre of sports movies where there are ghosts and or angels involved. And so I think of Angels in the Outfield with Christopher Lloyd, of course.
This is totally off topic for sports, but has to do with angels in movie. What's the one movie with is it called Michael? Is that what it's called?
Is that the John Travolta movie? Where
Yes, that one.
He's like a fallen angel.
Yeah, I don't know why I have such like a vivid memory of that. Not that I know what happens in the movie, but I remember that movie coming out and like people in my family being hyped for it. I don't know why.
Is your family super religious?
No.
Are they really Saturday Night Fever?
Maybe. They probably like John Travolta.
You know, that was actually like midway through his comeback and nearly derailed him, I think, was Michael.
Yeah. I don't think like it wasn't like my mom and dad. It was more like my extended family. So like I think like my aunts and uncles and stuff.
Gotcha.
Which they probably are religious. I don't really know. I never went to church growing up, so I don't know.
Max, you know what you should get Abby to watch? You should get her to watch the 10-part documentary about the Chicago Bulls. The last
that
which I am watching again as we.
It's so good.
Speak, but I started it again the other night because I was just skimming through Netflix. I was like, this, and I clicked it, and now I'm like 8 or 9 episodes in again.
Did you?
So good.
Did you watch the Malice in the Palace?
I did eventually watch that. Yes,
that
and
one's really
just
good
made
too.
me angry.
Yeah, yeah, it should.
It just made me
of course
angry.
it would.
It just tapped into feelings I haven't felt since I was like 10. Again.
It would make you feel that way. That makes sense as a Pacers guy.
Yeah, mainly because it like like the whole like crux of the documentary, in some ways it was like multifaceted. But a couple of the things was like it was Reggie Miller's last year, so he had to exit on that team. That was his final season. And then it also derailed Jermaine O'Neal's career, and he was my favorite player as a kid. So yes, it just tapped into a lot of emotions that I have tucked away since I was a young child.
It also like I don't know. I thought it was like a really good look on what like happened with that. And
Max,
I was glad it
was really well done.
The documentary kind of like laid blame at the fans' feet because at the time it was like all the Pacers got blamed for it, honestly, like Ron Artest and Steven Jackson and all those guys, in which they were like, they caused that to some degree, but it was the fans that really went way overboard.
Max, did I see you have a question there? Because I saw you like curl your hand up there for a second. Do you know what they're talking about? I have no fucking clue.
I was seeing.
Do you remember when the
seeing where you cropped off the frame? So I was like using my finger to measure. Where you cropped this off.
Do you not remember that when we were? I guess you guys would have been.
It was like mid 2000.
It was like 2003 or 2004 when the Pacers and the Pistons, they had that brawl and the Pacers ran into the stands and started beating the crap out of fans.
Man, yeah, you know what? I think I vaguely remember that.
I mean, you would have.
That would have required me.
That was like big.
But that was like a huge.
No, that was
that was like mainstream news.
Yeah,
that was very big.
That would require me to have paid attention to mainstream news.
This was after 9/11. You should be watching the news, okay?
This is like a cultural touchstone, I'd say, of the early 2000s in the same way that like Justin Timberlake ripping off Janet Jackson's bra at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it is
like,
on that level.
It's like that sort of thing.
You
like,
wait, hold on, Max. You didn't know that?
No, I knew that. I've never seen it. But
Oh, okay, but you know it as a
how
concept.
have you never
Okay.
Googled that?
Never?
Come on.
Here's an image of it right now. It's like, oh, that's wild.
I have no idea that Pacers beat up people.
Yeah, they threw a bunch of beers at the
They, like,
players on the court, and then
they
the
kind of
players
rightfully
charging the
did.
fans.
Yeah, they kind of rightfully did beat up some fans, to be honest. And that
This is why I hate the
documentary
Detroit
kind of
Pistons.
lays it out, like in
This
a
is
way.
I loathe the Detroit. I mean, not to get into a huge sports current day discussion.
I think you're already there.
But in the current, I still hate the Detroit Pistons. Like with every fiber of my being, I loathe that city and I loathe that organization. In the most recent NBA draft, there was a kid from Purdue. His name's Jaden Ivey. He's a guard, and he's really, really good. He's so good that he went really high in the draft. And I wanted the Pacers to get him because I like Purdue, because they're a local Indiana school, and I like to watch them. Anyway, I wanted him to go to the Pacers, and the Pacers had a high draft pick. Long story short, the Pacers had the 6th draft pick in the draft this past like a couple weeks ago, the Pistons had the 5th draft pick. Guess who went 5th? That kid. And so now I'm legally obligated to loathe him, even though I like him. So like me and my dad were like texting about it. I was like, oh well, he's now dead to me because he plays in Detroit. So that's the end of that. So yeah.
That is.
I mean, to be fair though, the Pistons haven't really been much of a thing since that time period anyway. So
I mean, they won the finals, and then they went to the finals that year that they caused all that. So.
No, yeah, I'm saying though,
lost to
like
the
I'm
Spurs,
saying
I think.
though, like recently, like in modern times, they're not really much of anything.
No,
Like they're not
Thankfully.
much of a threat at all.
What is their mascot? What is a Pistons mascot?
It's a horse,
a car engine.
a car. Yes.
I would have believed you, to be honest with you. I'm like, holy shit, that's pretty modern.
It's a horse. It's a horse.
God. All
I
right.
think it's a Mustang specifically.
I would. Okay. I could.
As a Ford, I would assume
You would think that'd be Detroit's team. Is that Detroit's team?
that's Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Detroit
fuck me.
Pistons.
All right, cool. That makes it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, Mario, I think it's time for you to do something stupid.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right, great. I'm excited. Fucking. All right, cool. Straight.
What is that?
Is that a Red Bull?
It's a
Is
fucking.
that Red Bull?
What claw?
When there's rules, there's no laws.
He's got to stay hydrated. What?
What happened?
Anyways, Grant, what is this story about you in LA?
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Wow.
no! Wow.
So, long
Now he's
story
wiping
short-
his shirt off with the world's mightiest blanket.
It was tasty.
Long
Actually.
story short, company got a lot of raises. I was sitting on some money. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to LA. And so went to LA. And one of the things was to go to a restaurant because one of my uncles passed away. He always taught me the importance of like food and stuff. So I flew out to LA, brought along someone to that restaurant since it's one of my favorite restaurants called Tar and Roses, Santa Monica.
Had you been there
Then-
before?
I've been there a few times.
Okay.
I've been to Santa Monica 6 or 7 times since the end of college. I like went right after college ended, just to work, and then flew out there for other things, boot camp, stuff like that. That was the primary reason I went there, was to go to that restaurant, and then I went to Foxtail in Illinois.
Yeah.
That's a really good restaurant that I really like. And then I went to Louisville. I made a detour and went to my third favorite restaurant, which is
Cookout.
yes. And Cookout's good just because it's more so memories than like quality of food. So it's not like, hey, I go to Cookout for fine cuisine, a nice quesadilla. But yes, I went to LA, pretty much bought a ticket the week of, flew out there, went to dinner, brought along a girl, came back, and that's sort of it. People have been like, oh, you went to LA just for food? I was like, well, it's sort of more than food. It's more so, yeah, my uncle passed away, and food was something he taught me that was like really important, like the arts and stuff. So I was like, I'm going to do that since he used to do that. He used to drive to Louisville and back just for dinner at one of his favorite restaurants. So I was like, you know what? No, not Cookout. 18-year-old man eating Cookout. So, no, but yeah, I sort of did that because I was like, oh, if he did this, I sort of want to experience what he did a little bit too. So did that within a week span, and that was 2 weeks ago.
I think so.
3 weeks ago.
The funny thing about Cookout is that it is I don't know if I told everybody else this. I told Grant this, but it's just like a fast food place, basically. And when I went out with my friends like a month ago, I was like, they're like, oh, where should we go to lunch? And we were traveling down to Tennessee, and I saw that there was a Cookout near us. So I was like, oh, we need to go to Cookout. It's so good. And this is Grant's favorite restaurant. And I like hyped it up a lot, like more than I should have. And then we get there to eat, and they're like expecting some like amazing, like top tier fine cuisine that you've never had anywhere else in your life. And they're just like, this is just a fast food cheeseburger. They're like drastically let down, and they like made fun of Cookout the whole rest of the trip. They're like, they think it's like terrible. And I'm like, I did not overhype this. I just adequately told you what Grant thinks about it, which was spot on.
Yeah,
And it's good. You
Cookout's
can
cool.
get a quesadilla as a side.
I can get quesadillas aside, hush puppies as a side.
Ooh.
Well, that sounds okay.
Nuggets,
Now you're talking.
as a
50
side.
different- you can get like one of 50 different milkshake combos.
Yep. And you can mix and match any milkshake flavor. So if you want Snickers and like mango, you're a freaking idiot, but you can get it.
Fucking
Weird.
what?
It's
It sounds like in the level that I've been seeing this week, this discourse between like In-N-Out, White Castle, and all this shit. Where would you put Cookout on that list?
all right. So if you were to, what's the
Oh
big
my
burger
gosh,
places?
Grant
In-N-Out.
likes White Castle. I'll tell you that right now.
So White Castle, In-N-Out, Shake Shack.
Really?
what's the other burger place?
Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Burger
So if I were
Five.
to put, I've never heard of burger.
Smash Burger.
What is this?
So if I were to put like, I don't get hamburgers at Cookout. I usually, if I go to Cookout, I get the tray with giant chicken strips, side of quesadilla, and side of fries, and a giant cup of queso to dip it all in. But the burger, it's probably the bottom of the list out of all those places. I'd put it below like White Castle. I think White Castle, even though I like it, it's a guilty pleasure. I think it's like the worst of all the burger places and stuff.
I don't think I've
Burgers
ever
from
eaten
Cookout
White
suck.
Castle.
You've never had White Castle?
All right,
Have
well,
you
Max, imagine
Have you
this.
eaten at
Imagine
Crystal's?
this,
No,
Max.
I have
Here,
standards.
Here, I'll describe White Castle. Imagine if you went to the store and you bought frozen hamburgers in the frozen food section and then you cooked them in the oven. That's White Castle.
Well, there's White Castle in the frozen food section.
There
though.
is.
It's probably
So-
the closest link
But
between
it's-
restaurant quality and at-home quality. you
But
can
it's
get like that.
but they're small. But they're small.
They're
That's
small,
what you don't
baby.
understand.
They're small. You need a bunch of. So, Max, here in Chicago, I take it for granted because I have a couple White Castles all around here. But if you ask around the like Chicagoland area, like that goes outside even further south, like Bloomington, Illinois, and stuff like that, it's a fucking delicacy out there that they're starving for it.
There's a White Castle in Brownsburg town I
Yeah,
grew
but-
up in. Like, I just never ate there.
Dude, my grandparents, my whole life, they would come to Indy to visit. And the second they got here, the first thing they would do is they're like, we got to go to White Castle. And they would go to
Alright.
White Castle, and they would go to White Castle multiple times while they were in Indy because there's none around where they lived
None.
in Illinois.
None.
So
Yeah.
they would come over here, and there'd be a couple around. Like, all right, we got to go hit up White Castle a lot.
That's
You
terrible.
gotta realize that that's like an OG fast food restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
it's been
I
around a
understand
long
what it is.
time.
I've just
And-
never.
You
Yeah.
never fucking lived until you crushed a crave case and fucking
No.
destroyed
Not a
yourself the
crave-
next morning.
Not a
Yeah.
crave case,
Yes.
a crave
Crate.
crate.
Crave
All right?
crates.
We only do crates here. All right.
Next time, all right. This
I
is
think
somebody.
I weigh
Somebody
143
Somebody
pounds.
remember this.
Yes.
If we get together at the end of the year like we normally do, we have
Yes.
to go to White Castle at one
Yes.
point.
We gotta get a
We're getting a crave
we gotta do
crate.
a crave-
White
We're gonna do a
Castle.
crave crate.
You're telling me
We're all gonna.
Hold on,
We're gonna be
hold on.
fucking.
You're telling me that we've gone from Buca de Beppo to White Castle? That's the leap we're making in our annual food?
Okay,
Yes!
let's be clear. Buca de Beppo is like a C tier restaurant. It's not good.
Let's also be
Hey,
honest.
I'm not.
Let's
I'm
also
not
be honest.
saying Buca's this incredible thing. I'm just saying
Let's
this is
also
our
be
gap
honest. You gotta think
here.
about how much money did we spend at Buca on that meal? Like $350. Oh, Mario's getting
Mario.
That shirt's wet. Sorry.
we spent like
I don't
$200 to
remember.
$300 at Buca probably on all that food. And we're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah. We could dine like kings for a month at White Castle. If we
We could
dropped
get like
$300.
5 crave crates, and then they'd hate us.
Because they gotta make them individually.
The gap in quality between White Castle and Buca, based on the money you're spending, is not that far off. If we're being totally honest, so you never know, Max. You might like White Castle. It's pretty good.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I was never a White Castle guy. My brother loved White Castle, but Mario's right in that I feel like it's like oddly very popular in Illinois.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anybody
That's-
else.
That's literally where my grandparents live. And I
From
just
any,
mentioned
I don't
that.
know. I don't know anybody from any state other than Illinois that is like, yeah, fuck yeah, White Castle.
Fuck yeah, White
Yeah,
Castle.
I don't know why, but that and Culver's, fucking Midwest.
Culver's as well. Yeah.
dude.
Also,
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if this is still the case. I think this might still be the case, but I haven't been to one in so
Great
long.
case.
The thing as a kid growing up that I love the most about White Castle is that it's the only restaurant I ever saw that had the Barks Red Cream Soda on the fountain
Oh.
at the place. If you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeah, I do.
You know.
It's the only restaurant that had it, and that might not be a big deal now that we've got these fancy Coke computer
Logan.
screens you can touch.
Logan,
But like back in the day, that was the only restaurant that had anything like that.
did you
go to
know?
White Castle, you got to get the red cream soda.
Did you know Epic Deli, fine establishment that we went to in McHenry,
Yes.
Illinois, which is
Yeah.
where Dogma is set.
The one that caused my stomach some
didn't-
problems. when
yeah,
we were
you're
at-
right.
Did you know? And I don't know if they had it there, but they had the red cream soda there.
I think
Do
they
they?
did.
Yeah, they usually have it. That was like the reason why we would go to Epic Deli. It used to be in
I
Johnsburg,
associate that
Illinois.
with White Castle, 100%.
Yeah.
Like when I think of eating White Castle, I think of drinking that
That makes sense.
drink at the same time.
But yeah, I had it first at Epic Deli. Bomb. So good.
It's a good drink.
Very good.
This 8% White Claw was a mistake. That was fast.
What's a White Claw Surge? What is that?
It's 8% versus 5%. That's the major difference.
Why is it called Surge though? Is it
Because
it's more alcohol?
it's 3% more alcohol. So therefore,
Oh.
Is that copyright infringement on
what on that?
Surge Coke, the Coke drink? Even though that's like out of production now, I don't think they make that anymore.
Yeah, I don't. Well, no, they did make it like not that long ago, right? Didn't they come back like a couple years ago?
Maybe.
I thought the White Claw was like a caffeine thing. Like they also put caffeine in there. I
Oh
was
fuck!
like,
I'll look that up real quick. Contains alcohol and it's gluten free. That's all
Yeah,
it says.
Coca-Cola has re-upped the Surge copyright through 20. It's going on right now. Can't believe they're not getting sued. White Claw might get sued by Coke.
Oh, there we go. I'm enjoying this while I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, White fucking Castle is amazing, and Max, and you need to try this. However, if we do spend multiple days together, it's gonna be a rough going. 'Cause
That's gonna be a rough night.
There's a reason why they're called sliders, okay? And it's not because they're small.
I'm well aware. As somebody who used to live with Grant and would have to use the same bathroom, I'm well aware of why they're called sliders.
I think I just had massive bowel movements, Logan, regardless of what I ate.
You did, but when you had White Castle, it was like on another stratosphere. Like I could tell. You're like, I went and got White Castle on the way home, and I'm like, oh no, our poor bathroom is going to die tonight.
If you need a chronic, White Castle or Chipotle, it's one or the other. You just either enjoy either.
Chipotle doesn't do that to me, but I think I've
Chipotle
eaten it
doesn't
so
work.
much. Chipotle, I've never had poops that are real bad
Yeah,
afterwards.
Chipotle is fine for me. I
It's
never-
just rice and beans and meat and veggies. It's a very basic meal in my opinion. But
That's
I don't
how.
know. Mario, how long have we been talking? I don't know how much.
We've been
longer
talking
we've
about
got.
43 minutes, so we still have a little bit
Lo-
of time. Do you have any
Logan,
other
you
stories?
said, you said you had something you wanted to talk about, right?
I just had something I wanted to ask everybody because I gotta figure this out
Mhm.
soon. I mean, I have to, and it's nothing like super serious. I'm just curious, what everybody would do if you're in my situation. Should I move like states? I'm trying to really figure this out right now, and I don't know what everybody. Again, I'm not gonna decide solely based on what everybody thinks here, but I'm trying to really decide if I should leave Indy and go to Tennessee, even though Tennessee is much more expensive, unfortunately. And that's
Then
the
I
draw-
would stay in
that's the main-
Indiana.
The more
That's
I
not-
look, the more I'm thinking that I will end up staying in Indy because, dude, it's just crazy. Like, I think I mentioned this the other night, but like a 1-bedroom apartment where I'd be looking to stay is about the same price as my 3-bedroom is
What-
right now in Indy.
What is the allure of Nashville? Like, why do you want to go there?
Hot chicken.
That's it.
Hot
Hot
chicken.
chicken.
Dolly
Chicken.
Parton.
Dollywood? Go to Dollywood.
The Tennessee Titans.
The Tennessee Kid. Let's go.
Tennessee Titans, Justin Timberlake.
Whis-
I think Justin Timberlake's from Memphis, though.
Cookout.
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 Honestly, I mean, I think the natural thing that I would always tell people is like, oh, my job's down there. But that's not even really true. I don't really want to be in Indy anymore. Like, I feel like I just don't feel like there's anything left here for me in a lot of ways, which is why I'm looking to get out. Like, there's no, like, I've got friends around here, obviously, like Grant and a bunch of other people, but like, I've been around here and I've been trying to date a lot, and I don't feel like I've been able to find anybody. I still enjoy my church and stuff that I go to, but I haven't been even as like involved with that. There's just something alluring about like going somewhere else and having like a completely fresh start. And I don't think most people get many opportunities in their lives to do something like that, because if I was in a relationship or I had a family or something like that, I mean it's 10 times again, like we joke with Max right now, like, oh, Max just moved states, and he's like, I can't do that. Like, yeah, you just get more tied down the older you get, and like if I want to just up and move in my life, I could totally do that right now.
Yeah.
It's just expensive to do that.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're in the wrong mindset. I think if you want to leave Indy, you very much have a life that you can totally do that. And if you want to do that, I think you should.
And I don't even have to move to Tennessee either, but I don't know where else I would.
That's what I'm saying. Is that I think
Have you heard of Florida?
Don't
No.
go.
It's so hot and costs even
I like-
more than Nashville.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I actually had this conversation. I go to these monthly meetings for industry people, which I feel like I'm not even really in the industry anymore. But I talked to a couple game developers, and they said that actually New Mexico is actually a pretty hopping place now, and it's supposed
Go
to be
sling
cheaper.
the blue stuff down
I was
there.
gonna say, blue sky.
I was just gonna say, like, I think maybe you should take a moment. Like, I know it would cost even more money, but maybe you should travel a little bit. Go to some cities that you.
So
think
I
you'd
am
like
going.
to.
I'm going to
Smart.
Nashville this coming week, so I will be visiting there specifically. I'll be checking out my job's office. I think I'm going to stay an extra night too, and kind of tool around town and just, I don't know, see if I like it there, see if I would actually want to move there, be around the city. It really just does come down to, at this point, me deciding if the cost of living there would be, I could swing it, but I'm just trying to weigh, is it smart to go live somewhere else far away from everybody I know and go start somewhere fresh where I'm not around anybody that I know? I mean, obviously people I work with or whatever, and I know down there, and I've got friends and stuff through my job.
Yeah.
But move down there where it's more expensive to live, and I'd be spending, based on what I've kind of plotted out, like 40, 50, 60% of my monthly income would be spent towards rent and bills alone, which is a lot.
Yeah. Better
Yeah,
start that
that's
OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's just a lot, and I could swing that, but then I'm like tucking away less money, and I mean, everything's expensive now. So even if I did stay in Indy, then it's going to be more expensive than what I'm spending now. But so that's the internal debate right now, and I'm on a clock where I have to be out by the end of August, and it's July 9th as we're recording this. So
Oh my gosh, Logan.
Yeah.
no.
I mean, I would just look.
Max, I've been looking around. Like, I have been looking.
I
Most
know.
places aren't. There's not a lot of availability. I mean, me and Grant did this 2 years ago too, and like we started looking.
I
around
can't
now, and a
live
lot of
like
stuff
that.
wasn't
I can't live where I have to be out of somewhere in basically a month and a half and not know where I'm going.
I mean, it depends
Yeah,
on the
I
support
couldn't do
system
that.
you have. Like, if you have people who would take you in for a couple.
I mean, I was
months
gonna say,
to find your
if
footing,
worst
then it's
comes to
fine.
worst, then I could just go crash at my parents' house for a little bit. And
Yeah.
Not that I'm trying to do that.
Could
but
you
I
even
am
get like
trying to.
extensions, like 1 month extensions? Or
No, I think we're screwed now because we
Oh, got
put in our notice to vacate, which means they're looking to lease our place to elsewhere.
understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't want to re-up here though, because when we moved in here, when me and Grant moved out from one another and we split up and I came here, my rent was like $1,300 a month when I moved in. That was 2 years ago. It'd be $1,600 for us monthly for us to re-up right now,
God,
Mhm.
I see.
which is, I mean, everything is going to be worse now, but it's still just getting really stupid.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
liked
I
your
don't
old
know.
apartment. I thought your old apartment was nice.
So did
Yeah.
I.
Yeah, I liked our old place too. It just was there was not enough.
That kitchen
room.
was huge.
Kitchen was really
Right.
nice. I mean, obviously now I've got like a spare bedroom and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
that's the other thing too is wherever I would move, I'd like to get 2 bedrooms so I don't have to work in my own bedroom or
Yeah, where you're-
in my living room or something like that. But
More bedrooms, more money.
yeah, I don't know. I'm like really trying to figure this out, and I don't. It's not even weighing on me that much. Like as weird as that is, like I'll figure it out, but it's very confusing, and there's
Well,
a
if you-
lot going on.
If you want to live in buttfuck Illinois for a little bit, you could always stay by me.
Yeah, I'll come room with Izzy, and I'll bring
got,
my dog, and they can be friends.
I have 2 extra bedrooms. If you want.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
bring my dog.
One of them has my
So-
face on a skateboard in them, so enjoy.
Yeah.
You can stare at that all
This
the time.
one, there's one that is upstairs that it literally has nothing in it. There's nothing in it.
That's where Logan and I slept for the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Yeah, again, it's not something I'm super stressed about. I just don't know what to do. I feel like something's gonna like naturally fall into place. Maybe that's bad thinking on my part. Again, I'm doing my due diligence of like looking at places and things like that. But like,
I mean, you're young. You are not attached to another human being. He's still young. Out of everyone, he's young. He's young still. Has a
it's true. Max is way older.
pretty fantastic job. No. In
3 weeks.
a
a child makes you
I
older.
am
Makes you
the youngest
older.
one here. I am the youngest one here. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Actually,
if you think of it,
Mhm.
right? And
And
again,
Logan and I are essentially the same age.
Grant's a month older than us.
you can't say that with a wife and kid now. Okay, he's definitely younger than you.
Me and
Because
Grant were all born in the same span of like 6 weeks.
Holy smokes.
oh,
Wild.
wild. But yeah, you have so much future ahead of you, especially the fact that you don't have that many attachments in terms of like having a significant other that you could go
Yeah.
to a total other place.
I mean, it's really just my dog is the main thing that it's like
Yeah.
I'm having to take consideration about. And even then, like, not saying I'm gonna get rid of my dog, but I'm saying like if I had to move to a certain situation, like what I'm saying is, if I had to move and I'm like the whole moving process, my parents have already said I'd like watch my dog for a little bit until I get moved in wherever, and then I can come pick him up afterwards. So
Yeah.
like even that is not like a huge issue amidst this whole process.
I think you should move.
I think
to a
Max is
different
getting
state.
artificially stressed out for me.
Yeah.
But-
The last time I had to move, it was when an offer on a house fell through. We walked away from a house,
Ooh.
and we had told our apartment that we were leaving, and it was about a 2-month period. And I said, I'm not looking for a house anymore, and I found an apartment within 2 weeks.
Yep.
It was just like,
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, Max, you and I both. I mean, we came out with different results, but we looked at houses at the very wrong time.
It's
Like,
still the very wrong.
and it's
the
time.
wrong
still
time.
it's still the very wrong time. Like I think when we were looking, especially when you were looking, it like
I looked
that-
the other day, and
that
I'm-
stuff-
I stopped
that
after
stuff-
3 weeks.
the stuff with like the housing market and how like ridiculous it is was like just started, or maybe like a couple months before that. It like just
Yeah.
started to get ridiculous. Because my brother-in-law bought a house at a normal, like it was like a normal thing, and then like literally like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, we start hearing like about, because Amber and I kind of were just like looking at houses every so often, not like actually checking them out, but like looking at prices and stuff like that. Within like the next like 2 or 3 weeks after they bought their house, it got insane. It was like, this is ridiculous. This house is a piece of shit, and it's like $200,000. Like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't even make sense. But yeah, buying a house is probably not the way to go.
No, I
now?
literally looked at buying a house for about an hour on Zillow like a month ago, and then
Yeah, oh,
immediately as soon as
It's not worth
that
it.
was a one night venture, and
We-
then I was like, okay, this isn't feasible. I'm not doing this anymore.
Amber and I got lucky, but also, like I said, I live in like buttfuck nowhere, Illinois. Like, it's not the ideal place I wanted, and this was also the last house we visited. That I'm like, if we don't get this house, I don't even want to look at houses anymore. I'm done looking at houses after this. And then we got it, and I was like, happy, but also kind of bummed because it was like, there's nothing. I like the house, but it's not like my first go-to house. Like I don't really like the location. There's stuff with the house I don't like. The house is old as fuck. It's like built from I think it's built in the 50s.
The attic's haunted.
The attic's haunted.
Yeah.
The basement's probably haunted. There was a bat in my house the other day. It's just like a whole thing. Like,
Mike, there was a demon in your video of you playing the drums the other day. It was awesome. Just seeing you in the background, just rocking out with you.
Please don't tell me that. I am very weird and superstitious about that stuff, dude. I let the lights warm up before I go down there because I'm so scared of my fear is being trapped somewhere in the dark. That is like my biggest.
No,
fear.
you're good. You'll be fine.
So if you trap me in the dark, I will literally punch a hole through a door. If you were to try to do that, and I would not care. It would be your fault that you did it.
I would recommend not buying those Philip Hue lights and like getting the ones so people will fuck with you every time you're down there. Just turn them off.
I'm thinking of that like recent Jackass.
Oh yes,
the one they did where they trapped me in the dark. The most recent Jackass movie.
I would be the worst person in that because I would break a door down. Like,
oh
I would
my god!
Legitimately punch a hole through.
They
the
said
door.
Dave
that
English,
was like one of the worst ones.
Yeah,
like
it would be terrible.
I think Dave England said that was the worst
Yeah,
one they shot.
the worst one.
Like, he was like freaked out so badly.
Yeah, because it was less about like what they actually did and more about the potential of what they could do. And they're like, dude,
Yes.
this is fucked. Like we're fucked right now.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah, I do not like the dark. Bad.
The dark is terrifying. And like with that, I think we're getting to the end of the show. I did want to ask one last question though for everybody. And it's a question I've been asking all week. Should I buy a guitar? I'm gonna
Yes.
go. Why?
What kind?
Electric guitar. Electric guitar.
Okay, what
Specifically, I would
make and
I would
model?
love a Les Paul. I just love the way they look. But I know they're expensive as like hell.
What? Well, no.
No,
What do you?
just get an
No.
Epiphone.
Yeah. What are you thinking about buying? What?
Right now, I just want a base one just to the fuck around with. And if I end up
So
like
here's the thing too.
Yeah.
Epiphone guitars. I have an Epiphone.
Mhm.
I have an Epiphone.
Epiphone now is very different from Epiphone when Logan and I bought guitars. Epiphone now is like really a solid. They make really solid music equipment. Like it
Got
is very good,
Mine's really
affordable.
good too. I don't know how much
well,
yours
yeah.
was.
Mine was 500.
Mine was like 500 to 600. I
If
have a
you
Les
get
Paul, yeah.
if you get the $600 model, like I've been looking at reviews. Very coincidentally, I have looked at reviews for like the 2020 models of the Epiphone guitars.
Yeah.
Specifically the Les Pauls, and well, actually the Les Paul and the I was looking at Explorer because they made an Explorer Epiphone guitar again, and I was looking at that, and the build quality on them are supposedly just as good as like a Gibson guitar. They even, I mean, like the headstocks are now even different too. The headstocks on them are more akin to Gibson, instead of having, because I think Logan, you could probably attest to this. Like the headstock's like slightly different. I think it's like more rounded or something like that. I can't remember. Whereas like
compared to like a Gibson,
where like the Gibson kind of does the wing thing. It does like the butt cheek and then the
Maybe.
wings.
I mean, I've not.
and then-
I've never interacted with a Gibson. I know what you're talking about though, and I think
it's like there's
right.
like the thing that you were able to tell from
mine
an
curves
Epiphone-
inward. At the,
Yeah.
at the head. Yeah.
The thing that you could tell from a Gibson to an Epiphone, like before, was headstock was like a totally different thing. That was like kind of the signifier for it. It's kind of the same thing with like a little bit different, I guess, with a Squire. Squires it had the same
okay.
kind of headstock as like a
I
Fender,
see,
but it's
see the butt cheek.
mainly
Oh,
said
it
that.
looks looks
yeah,
awesome.
right there. Yeah, that one looks.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
an
the headstock
Epiphone,
is what
right?
you're talking about. Yeah, that's an Epiphone, I think.
Yeah, that's
It is an
the
Epiphone.
that's
Very
the
cool.
Blink 182 guitar.
Ah.
Is
That's the
on
Dave
the
Grohl
lawn.
guitar.
No, the Dave Grohl guitar has the Fender Hender. I think it has like a Fender looking headstock on it,
does.
but then has like the diamond split away, like slits in it instead.
All right.
But
then,
like the
good.
yeah, like you can get a Epiphone Les Paul for like as low as like I think $200 or $300,
Okay.
It's 200.
and you could get a good one, like a good Epiphone Les Paul
That's-
for like $600.
Should I buy it at Guitar Center or should I buy it at a different type of place?
Doesn't matter. Like, I mean, it depends. You're by Chicago Music Exchange, dude. You should go over there and check
Okay.
some stuff out and see. Or I don't know if you're by there, but you're in the city.
I'm in the
and-
city, so I can travel pretty far. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
you should go. You should go to Chicago Music Exchange and see what they got, just to even visit it, because it's like one of the coolest like music stores in the country.
Got it.
So
Will they yell at me if I play Stairway?
probably
You
not.
know how to play Stairway?
Used
The
to,
beginning of Stairway isn't that
I
bad.
used to know
I was
it.
like, should I buy a guitar? Also, should I play Stairway? You wanna do that?
I used to play.
I didn't own a guitar for the longest time. I knew some guitar songs on guitar.
3 songs I know how to play back in the day was Green Day's like Brain
Brain 2.
Brain 2, and one was Stairway, and then Master of Puppets was the other one. I used to play that quite a bit.
What a timely song, Master
Very-
of Puppets.
Honestly,
Dude, Mike,
might have reinvigorated my want to getting a guitar. Who knows? Who knows?
That song has been all over TikTok.
Yes.
Like, after I watched that, it's just been all over TikTok.
All over TikTok.
It's the only thing I see now. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Last thing, Mike, when we get together later this year, well, I guess it would only happen if we got together near your place because you have your drums. Next time we get together and you have access to drums, we should play Everlong together. Like I said,
Oh.
because that's the only song I know how to play still. to
The
this
only
day.
song? Learn more songs. Let's play
It's like
songs.
it's the only song I know how to play off of memory. Like I could pick up a guitar
and just
and tune
play
it to drop D, and I know how to play.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like the
Very.
only song Also, I found this at a shop the other day.
Ooh,
Ooh, pretty vinyls.
I finally found it. and I was
that is
so
a
excited.
top 50 album of all
I
time.
was so
album.
excited. Like I
Very-
was about to leave the store, and I was like, "Oh, Foo Fighters! Let me poke through here real quick." And I was like, "Oh!" Because I look for that album every time I go to a shop, and I finally found it.
That's good.
I was very excited.
Very
Awesome.
exciting.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to wrap us up here at the Model Citizen Show. It's been a fantastic hour talking about all the wonderful things. I, of course, want to thank all of my buddies here. Thank you so much. And I'm going to go probably one by one. Max, where can people find you on the net?
Me on Twitter at MaxRoberts143. My writing over at MaxFrequency.net.
And Logan and you are still obviously doing Chapter Select?
Yeah,
we
I'm
are.
doing-
Yeah, Chapter Select is our podcast. We've got season 3 just wrapped up, Banjo-Kazooie, and we've started production on seasons 4 and 5, Fast and the Furious,
Oh, boy.
and Resident Evil. So
I just want to chime in and also say we put out a predictions episode for God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I think it's very good, and I would encourage people to listen to it. And the way I knew that it was good is that I listened to Kinda Funny's P.S. I Love You predictions episode on that today, and it was hot garbage. And they did not know what they were talking about. And so I would encourage you all to... if one of the people on that show thought that Cory Barlog was still directing that game, which... No. Anyway, me and Max are like God of War snobs at this point, I think, to a certain degree, because we've played
fair,
through
I've been
all
one
of
a
the
very
games
long
within the
time.
past 12 months.
Fair enough.
So we know a lot about it. And so I was
mean, I've
listening to
been
this
one.
show. You have been one, but now I'm like on the same level as you because we've played
isn't it
through
a
them-
great place to be?
We've played through them
No.
all recently.
Well,
But we played through them all, and they were like talking about these things, like, "Oh, what if it does this, and what if it does this?" And I'm like, "No, thematically, that doesn't make any sense with the larger context of the series." And, like,
I have successfully turned Logan into me.
oh,
What a
well, I just
What a
want to
nerd.
I just want to preface Kind of Funny. It's them, not me. So if you want me back, please let me know.
yeah,
But-
you can never invite us on. That's okay.
Logan, we're
I'd love to come on and tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah, please. Actually, yes. Please invite us on, and we'll tell you why Kratos won't die.
Wait,
Literally,
no.
here. I just want to throw this out there. Greg's literal prediction for that game is that Kratos will die roughly halfway through, and then you'll take over as Atreus. I'm like,
no.
that's just The Last of Us 2.
That is
Yeah,
just
it's
the,
not The Last of Us at all.
that is just the Last of
If
Us.
they unironically did that, then people would make fun of them endlessly because people already reductively referred to the other God of War game as, "Oh, this is just The Last of Us, except you got an axe instead of a gun." And if the sequel
is.
they came out and they kill Kratos off and make you play as the boy,
And they make
If
you
Thor
and,
came in and just beat Kratos' head in with Mjolnir.
and then Thor became a lovable third person that you
Yeah,
could play
they
as.
They spent all this time talking about how that would happen, and I'm like, no, it won't. It won't happen. This will not be a thing. Stop
Again,
talking about this.
These are just predictions. These are not facts. Please enjoy both episodes and shows individually. And
I was
but
gonna
But
say,
one of them is wrong, and one of them is more right.
Grant,
say,
I'm not even
doesn't
getting.
Kinda- Wait, doesn't Kinda Funny have like a whole section about you're wrong? You could fill it out there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll write into them and tell them why they're dumb to think Kratos will die.
At Logan Moore 12 writes just long fucking letter. Can't wait. Grant, where people find you on the net?
You can find me at Twitter at Grant2_Callahan, or you can find me on OnlyFans.com/GrantKnowsPicks.
All
Wait,
right.
what?
Is that real? Fuck you.
No,
I'm-
it's not.
Damn it.
No, it's not.
God damn it.
It's
I was
not.
going to subscribe to it right now. Wow.
Only Twitter.
Grant knows picks.
I'm fucking starting it, but I have to submit my ID, and I don't want to do that. So
Wait, that's actually a really good like pun because you like Grant knows picks like
it's great.
KNOWS like nose pic, and you can like review pictures, but then also have your nose pictures.
That's
What's
right.
up, guys? Today I'm reviewing nose picks.
Genius.
This is
You know what? I can
genius.
make
So
millions.
good. The double entendre is great. Love it.
Love it. And Mike, Mike, where can people find you on the net?
You can find me on Twitter at everything on at the Michael J Ruiz. That includes the TikTok and the Instagram. I've been doing like really fun drum cover stuff.
You
on
have?
stuff.
Yeah.
I've been getting more into drums again, which is great, and it makes me very happy because I get to hit something for a little bit.
Have you thought about doing Kate Bush and or Master of Puppets?
No,
Why is Master of Puppets big? Does this involve
Stranger Things.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not say that. But yeah,
Yeah.
that happened.
This episode will air weeks after everybody's binged it or whatever.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And me and Grant are the only ones here who haven't seen it. And I don't care.
It's a good show.
Yeah. So you can follow me on those things. You could also go to Bantam Banter to see me and Ricky Freck's podcast as well.
Fantastic.
I was listening to that the other day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Someone does. We love it. You can also find me here at the Miles Sid Show. I am, of course, on Twitter at THT Mario Rivera. I decided to change my name to make it closely resemble my last handle, which ends up actually working out in my favor. You can also find me over at Point in Progress, where we host this podcast on our YouTube channel. You can also find this as an audio podcast as well. Now officially on iTunes. It took long enough. I finally got it up on there. And obviously Spotify and Google feeds. With that, I think that's pretty much it. Follow us at Model Pod on Twitter. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Yeah.